All right. Hello and welcome everybody to another edition of Wednesday Night Fights Online Edition, episode 39, coming to you live from PS4 format for BBTAG action tonight. With me on the mic, of course, as always, you know him, you love him, the host of the Kraken Atkins podcast, the titular Kraken Atkins, and another regular on the mic, as always, here at WNF. The equally wonderful and legendary Lon Lily. How are you both doing tonight?
Hello, greetings, BBTAG gamers. I'm doing pretty good, man. You know, PS4 WNF. Almost forgot how to commentate. Didn't even know that I needed a mic to do this, but I found it, and here we are. Excited for some BBTAG action on a Wednesday night, as per usual.
Mics do be important.
Yeah, allegedly.
I definitely agree. The microphone do be important. But I mean, I'm here. I'm ready. I got the microphone. It is a part of my headset, so it's always ready. But yeah, always happy to be able to commentate BBTAG.
All right, good to hear. Good to hear. And I know everyone's been on the Melty Blood type Lumina grind as of late, but you know we're still here, still going strong here with BBTAG at WNF, and So this will be a round robin format. We don't have too many participants, but it will be first to 3, not first to 5 as we have seen in the past before, since there is still 5 people. It's about 10 matches to go through, so still some good BBTAG action, chock full of good players tonight. And with that, we will be getting things underway. First up will be E2 Deku's string of matches, because surprisingly he's playing BBTAG tonight for WNF Online, but he's also at his own physical local. So definitely he said he wants to get all of his matches done and over with, out of the way, so he can get to working things there. So I appreciate the dedication 100%.
Yeah, that is next level dedication. That's something that I've thought about doing ironically. Of I'm gonna be at this offline location. I'm gonna be away from home. I should just simply play in this net play tournament at this physical location I'm going to. But it's never been an actual serious thought. E2 Deku with that commitment, making it happen no matter what. You gotta respect it.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy. But I mean, he's here. He's ready to game. He's going up against Mr. Racer first, looking like.
Yes, we have Mr. Racer in the lobby right now. Hopefully we will have E2 Deku up and going soon. Yeah, I'm hoping that at the very least connection status is similar to how it usually is for Deku, since it is a change of location from what I understand. So yeah, hopefully things go smoothly.
Yep.
But in the meantime, folks, yes, Deku is supporting his locals and our event as well, and you can also support the event through the Matcherino. Exclamation point Matcherino, Matcherini, or Master Chief will bring up the code for the Matcherino link. There you can go and click the claim code button, add 30 cents to the pot at no cost to you, fill out some quests on the side as well to add some additional cash to the pot. Direct contribution, big orange button right there, contribute. Go through the process, quick, easy. If you want to make contributions through there. There's also the Matcherino Marketplace, featuring works from our good friends over at Kite Books, Lunar Life in Another World, Shada Skenry Kazaki-san, Uzumator made his way to Annoying, Dad's the Queen of all VTubers, Gotcha Girl Core, Welcome to the Outcast Restaurant, Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. It's all there. Any purchase made in the Matcherino Marketplace, portion of that purchase will go towards the pot. Also have keychains and charms with characters from Fako, Princess Connect, Asher Lane, Girls Frontline, and I feel like there's another one I'm missing. Fako, Princess Connect.
Did you say Princess Connect?
I did say Princess Connect.
Okay, because that's the only one I care about.
Oh,
so
quintessential quintuplets. That's what it was.
Okay.
All right, and but with that out of the way, again, all contributions 100% appreciated by us and the players. But with that out of the way, I think we can have our first match up and running. E2 Deku versus Mr. Racer.
Awesome. Ready to get started here. E2 Deku in the offline dimension he had the chance to escape. He could have just left us behind. He could have said, no WNF Online. I'm just going to play purely offline gameplay tonight. It's just like, nope. Still got to show up, play some BBTAG. Here, going to go against Mr. Racer. Locked in on the Shirogane Gourd, a team comp that we saw from them last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they did play this in one of their, I want to say their last match of the Parsec round robin that we had last week.
Also had Shirogane and Susanoo, if I remember correctly, right?
Sounds about right. Yeah, I think they played that in a last-ditch effort against Scrub, maybe? Can't remember.
I think it was Orax.
That might be correct.
Yeah.
Get ready.
I'm not sure about that one, but I do know that he will be using it to fight E2 Deku's classic team of the Yang Ruby.
Yeah, see how Mystery Racer feels about going into this. Like, with the Gourd Shirogane, I don't know how much experience they have against the Yang. I know, like, typically this is a character that Mystery Racer is going to want to keep out, and, like, the Adachi Shirogane specializes in that type of gameplay of, like, full screen control. So, Optimus Gourd, see how it works out. Game 1, already in trouble.
Definitely just ran into E2 Deku, just holding forward. Going to be spending some of that cash to get a little bit extra damage out here on the Shirogane. Pressure goes in for the empty jump low, able to bait and punish the burst. I'm not sure whether it was an attempt there, but it was a drop from slide.
Yeah, it also works out here at the end of the day as E2 Deku just continues the pressure. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so unfortunate. So E2 Deku was able to get the active switch. The first hit of Gourd's DP hit, but the rest of it whiffed on Ruby. E2 Deku able to get the punish.
Swapping over to the Shirogane, letting that Gourd heal them back and getting a mark into Deku. We definitely have to be careful, but so does Mr. Racer with this good air. Going to be swapping over to the Yang as well. Going to get, actually, probably going to be a kill in the Shirogane. Had absolutely no time to burst him out, and now that mark is completely irrelevant.
Yeah, this is rough. We see Mystery Racer trying to hit those assists to kind of help them play neutral. And not that Gourd assists are like god awful, but it's definitely a different flow than Adachi, and I just think that through E2 Deku's approach around that, they've been able to navigate through Gourd's assist very well, just not being on the ground basically, and finding a way in on the Shirogane.
Definitely. Well, Gourd's assist can be like really good for space control. A lot of it's kind of limited on the vertical reach, especially like his anti-air assist is not the greatest. It's kind of just him slamming the scythe into the ground, and it can be kind of hard for Mr. Racer to have to deal with like a super jump in. Just going to probably have to use more of just Shirigane's like good anti-air button instead of having to rely on the assist, which is not something that he has to worry about as much when he uses Adachi.
Yeah, I do like the idea for now. We're switching up the round start, going for Gourd now to Shirogane instead, because like Shirogane has some pretty good assist potential. It's still going to be a matter of how they're going to stop E2 Deku though, and again, not off to a great start.
We'll be taking the throw, goes in with the 236B. Oh, not going to be punished. So is that super though.
That was kind of cringe.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate on all ends. And I guess to be fair, Mystery, so that super is kind of hard to punish, but still, the Shirogane is bleeding, going to be DPing out, not going to be a punish. Tries to frame trap there with the 214C. Deku getting hit low. Probably going to be... No, actually not going into a mark. I'm a little bit surprised by the decision. Still keeping in the Shirogane despite how low she is, but activate the CC afterwards. Ooh, really awkward trade. Shirogane still in, playing very aggressively.
Oh. E2 Deku just fearless with these DPs. This... yeah, it was a little bit awkward. There's definitely some gaps where E2 Deku could have found a way to punish. It's just a little bit tricky. So just holding the entirety of that double super.
Yeah, oh, really good air-to-air, catching the double things in the back. That will be rewarded with a dead Shirogane. Mr. Racer popping the resonance immediately. Waking up with violence, but unfortunately for him, the super doesn't hit backwards.
Yeah, although Gourd does have a scythe, he's no Ruby Rose. Stuck in this corner now with the level for resonance. What do we got? Mix for days, able to get the reversal DP. Can Gourd do it? So you don't... You're a madman. You're an absolute madman. Because you know that like if E2 Deku didn't punish, he was just gonna try to do super right afterwards. But like yeah, the semblance just really sealed his fate there that he was done in Mystery Series. Down 2 games, in need of a miracle. But what is that in the Twitch chat? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a hotspot? No, it's BBTAG Argentina rating with 21 viewers. Thank you guys for joining us here. Your boy needs some help. The best region in Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl, uncontested.
Here to cheer on their boy Enrique, former day El Corredor Misterioso V21. He's definitely going to need the support of his fans, and for this potential run back scenario, he is going to be swapping with the main, so he's not dealing with the core. Definitely didn't really do a lot with him, so just going over to the main team to make this comeback is a very good decision, I think, on his part.
Yeah, things were just not working out with Gord no matter which way he sliced it. So a new color palette this time around on the Adachi Shorogane. See if this has any play, because he does not have the Joker colors.
Yes, going to be sticking with the, I want to say relish green.
Here we go.
Aggressively going to be push blocking straight out, activating the CC, trying to get some mix going. Found some lows, still finding some lows, but not really believing in any of it, and somehow converts off the Heat Riser. Using that trap actually to smack this Yang. Not going to be popping some of this yet. Out. Still calling her, it's a very risky decision for sure, but he's using the Rosebud to CC.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay, yeah, E2 Deku was just a little bit schmicks. They recognized that Shirogane got hit and Adachi was also going to get hit. I think they wanted to try to get a happy birthday if possible and just ended up fumbling the bag on Shirogane altogether.
Jumping in, jump in into the 5C. Hitting a nice block on the low. That was whack. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't able to convert off that, but we'll be getting throwbait into the sandwich. Has to be really careful of an unblockable situation. And there it is.
Yeah, just decided to hold it. Gonna be eating some damage. Not the end of the world here for E2 Deku to have the level 3 resonance to work with. But yeah, Mystery Racer's on this comp now. Very nice block on the cross up. No punish on the DP.
Setting up the fort here. Really doesn't want E2 Deku to get anything started. Is that gonna be no? That could be a really awkward conversion, but unfortunately ran into the AZO, and that will be sealing the game for Mr. Racer.
All right, the switch working out thus far. I will say, like in the earlier parts, it seemed like Mr. Racer was just still trying to get back used to their comp, because although they had a solid life lead that had Yang quite low, it was off of a lot of scramble situations. It wasn't some of the like really, I want to say kind of flow of game that we see from Mystery Racer from time to time, where they're getting the jump cancel, jump B sandwich situations with the Shirogane in the back, and then forcing more of those unblockables and everything. That was more in the latter half of the match where they got things comfortable. So now that they had that latter half to work with, see if they're able to carry it through for the entirety of a set, because they still have 2 more games to go.
So sure, looked relatively good, but we know he can do a little bit better. There was definitely a lot of moments where he was kind of fumbling those combos. Oh wow, went for another color swap, eh?
I guess so. Change clothes. Oh. Okay.
First safe confirm.
That was the jankest pickup I've ever seen, but it was good. I mean, he was able to get the bike. It was just like converting off that last hit of the 6P.
Yeah, next. Oh my god, that was insane!
All right, from the jankest to the flashiest pickup I've ever seen. Never change.
Gonna be setting up the fort. Cash, E2 Deku. Excuse me?
Dude, it feels like Mr. Racer is just kind of doing things, but a lot of it is hitting. I don't really know how to give the educated analysis here. Oh, but that was okay. That was kind of a sick route. I'm not gonna lie. Into the Habon.
Yeah, that El Corredor Misterioso V21 going from absolutely kind of spaghetti there in the first game to Gamer God here in the second game, taking a very, very strong game. We'll be tying up the set for that. Definitely well rewarded with a lot of the stuff he was doing. I don't know. That was clean. What can I say?
Deadass, he was doing double jump, double fangs, plus any Adachi assist, and something would hit. And I'm like, Why?
He is simply too powerful. He definitely knows his own team.
I mean, he's out here. He's brought it back. Tied up 2-2. E2 Deku had the solid run here. Needs to pull some offline energies in order to get this back. Void getting reverse sweep. Already a great start here from Mr. Racer. Going to the corner.
Oh, just hit him meaty. 2B not quite working out to beat the burst. So all the pressure. Use the CC to see the DP coming. Going to be a good amount of damage, I imagine. Oh, actually, just going into the mark.
Okay, so yeah, Itsudeku definitely needs to be careful. Gets that Ruby out of there immediately. You know, Mr. Racer had the 2 bars available, so didn't want to get clipped. I can't believe that Adachi 6 made contact. Both of the characters in danger zone now.
Yeah, both of them are. Not enough meter to catch out on the kill, but Eric keeps on swinging!
I can't believe how much just air double things has worked. Like, he literally just does air double things and an assist and something hits. I don't really know why. Like... Mystery Racer, the BBTAG Argentina power-up. It's real. It's real. He got the reverse sweep. He takes it 3-2.
Yeah, that was just a really good display of the kind of strength of Mystery Racer. They're able to really... English is hard, and I just forgot what I was going to say. He did good.
He did do good. I'll give it up. I'll give it up. This guy's good. This guy's good.
Yes. We'll have to see more of El Corredor Misterioso Vientiuno later, but Itsudeku still has to run the gauntlet. His next opponent will be Square.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, Square vs. Itsudeku, a matchup that we have seen at least once, possibly twice, but not the most common matchup. Square entering from time to time one of the few 9 players that we have, possibly the only at this point, because I don't know. But 9 Adachi rolling in against Itsudeku. Always gonna be interesting to see what Square brings to the table. There's like some sparks of greatness that I see from Square from time to time where I'm just like, yo, Square is gaming. And so like if he's able to reach into this pocket, especially with like the lack of 9 presence that we have here at WNF, could be a good set. Could be a good set.
So we'll have to see how it plays out, but Itsudeku once again just always opting to choose violence. Square playing relatively defensive is so far going to be able to setting up a pretty safe BZO. Yeah, he's gonna keep on swinging.
I respect it. Ooh, I don't respect blocking the 2-1-4 A standing though. That's kind of sloggers.
Definitely an incredibly plus move, and we'll just be already is able to catch this Adachi. Oh, knowledge check him with the reset. Definitely something Itsudeku really loves to do, and you have to be aware about when you play against him, and goes for it again.
Yeah, that is just not the loop that you want to be in. It hasn't escaped. You just gotta recognize that it's an option that Itsudeku is gonna put on the table.
Not going to be a really big conversion, but able to nullify the 9 teleport, able to set up a sandwich. Going to be activating semblance of this. Is going to be relatively risky active switch though, because this Yang is bleeding. Ooh, that could have been it.
Yeah, a little bit tough. Might need to do 9-2C in order to get that confirmed. Still, Yang is super low. Playing against a very healthy 9, the Phantom, able to get this confirmed. Oh, the pressure did not hit from that far away.
Rewarded though, still going to be able to tag this Ruby Rose. What side is she on? I don't think Itsudeku knew this.
Why did he tag?
If I had to guess...
Oh boy, it's my favorite. Shut up!
I don't know what to say anymore. Itsudeku definitely getting schmixterized in this situation here. Just got hit with everything, and that raw tag on the 9 mix-up was a very weird decision. I was gonna say, imagine maybe been a misinput on DP. Who knows? But either way, it was definitely not the correct one to make.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's either a misinput on DP. The other thing that I thought about, it was kind of a very weird Oki situation. I think Itsudeku might have muscle memory, try to go for a burst, thinking that they were going to be under pressure or something. And yeah, they weren't in any blocks then, so it ended up just being a raw tag.
Definitely a lot of potential options here, but what doesn't matter here so far. What does matter here is this air-to-air conversion. He's starting out pretty strong, gets it with the A Zio, goes into the B Zio. Spins a push block out, chooses maybe too much violence there against that 6B.
Oh, I love that 4P check from Yang out the Square kind of doing a fantastic job of controlling space here. Gonna be running into a 5B though.
trap properly.
Really?
Wake it up with violence, and it works. That's dead.
Yes, I also love the decision to not go for the double super, recognizing that they got the counter hit on Yang. I'm just surprised they got the counter hit on Yang. She was nowhere near this man. Bruh.
Hey,
Oh,
man.
He went for the bacon. I respect it.
Yeah, that could have just been the game right there, but still has to deal with this Ruby Rose kind of going crazy. Off shot to push Buck out. Violence is going on. I don't know what's happening. Wild shenanigans, but Easy Deku finding an air-to-air, but unfortunately drops it. Finds another air-to-air. Is able to convert off it? No, just doesn't believe.
Oh my god, how's he gonna get this Adachi out of here? Oh, just a raw tag, but 9 being met with a throw here. Itadeku has regained a ton of life, getting these hits by just staying in with Ruby. Square's just having a hard time kind of closing things out, but gonna be able to find this 9 combo.
Unfortunately drops it. Definitely huge. Could have led into maybe an unblockable, but unfortunately Deku getting hit by the 9 buttons, and Square is currently on set point.
Fantastic stuff, man. You can see Deku trying to get into that close range proximity to just kind of maul Square by any means necessary. And like when they're able to find those pockets, they're successful in putting Square under some pressure, but it's not without a struggle. Square has been like really doing a fantastic job, in my opinion, of these very good calls on 9, 6P, and 4P, and just being all around very hard to catch, whether it's 9 point or Adachi point. Really good stuff.
For sure, definitely exemplifying kind of the zoning game plan that 9 Adachi kind of wants to do, at least in the neutral game. It can be a very hard team to get in, even for characters like Yang and Ruby.
Alright, team Deku's going to be able to bring this back. Game 3, match point here for Square. The 2B anti-air has armor this time around in the 2.0 edition.
Adachi, it's time to get started, but it's going to be met with an immediate push block. But Deku saying, nah, it's still my turn, choosing violence, but unfortunately couldn't catch the 9 burst, but the Ruby 4P able to do numbers on that air. Oh, yo, quadruple 4 combo.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Square has just been getting mauled right now. This is the like E2 Deku ideal way that this matchup can go, you know, not being zoned out the entire time, and they're just running away with it, getting as many hits as they can, and trying to put off the 2C is rough.
And another burning guard going to be a quick and swift kill on this Adachi left with the solo 9, who can definitely make this comeback happen. This character is one of the best solo characters in the game, already starting off really strong.
Oh no! Oh man, I'm telling you, that Ruby could have died.
Yeah, oh my god, ran up in DP, it didn't work out, but it was still like, I'm gonna press some button, and was able to catch Square in the air, I think whiff punishing that JA. Yeah,
I feel like that air seedling was Square recognizing that they wanted to go for the unblockable, but just did not do like the Malvet were into 2C first. And yeah, because that was definitely a big hit to land. Like E2 Deku did not have any burst available, so they were just gonna be stuck on Ruby's reversal options to try to get out of that unblockable, and like she could have died. Like that definitely could have been a dead Ruby.
Yeah, and the Phantom Oki, it's not okay.
I think it's fine. If you got hit, it's your fault.
Yeah, it's my fault that I got hit by the inescapable unblockable. I should have just played Akatsuki.
No, the hit before that. See, in order for 9 to set up the unblockable, you need to make a mistake to get hit in the first place, you know? So, like, if you got hit by that hit, by her subpar neutral, it's your fault.
You know, I disagree with a lot of things in this statement, but I think E2 Deku is kind of making a good amount of progress here in this game, especially hitting that 6P, able to get the TRM. Yeah, he's definitely rolling a train over here on Square, getting a lot of his game plan going, just playing aggressively, making sure that neither of these characters can set up.
Oh, I love that late IAD overhead here from E2 Deku. Yeah, you could just tell that this is the name of the game. Don't let Square get into that mid-screen. Don't let Square run away. Just keep them locked down as much as possible. What better way to do that than the corner? Does not cash in on the super, but we're just going to keep it meterless. Command or reset as Dachi's going down.
So again, left with the solo 9. Still at the level 2 Resonance. Last time we really didn't get to see Square play around with the potential of Resonance 9, who can be quite the threat there, especially with this combo. Well, not really with that combo. That was immediate combo, but maybe spending some more cash here. Yeah, that move is plus for some reason. Why?
Alright, look. Some might say, you know, you may see Square on the solo character here, but some might say that Square just started playing the game. Oh, especially now, but just gets hit by that Yank 6P right at the ladder end. Might have been holding an up back and not expecting for her to be active, but either way, E2 Deku was reverse sweep previously. Now looking to reverse sweep themselves, tied up 2-2.
Yes. It's just been a completely different pacing here for these matches that E2 Deku was winning. When like Square has been like dominant in these games, he's just been able to really keep E2 Deku out and like force him into situations where it's kind of hard to guess which side like Nine Adachi is going to be on and like choose the right defensive decision. But like here when E2 Deku was like rolling a train over here on Square, it's just constant aggression and making sure that Adachi and Nine can't really do much.
Yeah, I will say when Square is finding these opportunities to play. Oh, the persona got broken. That was very scary. Like, oh boy, this might be a little bit scarier. Unburstable damage. But what I was gonna say is when Square is finding those opportunities to actually get the game started, we've been seeing a lot of hits, especially with 9, like off of like the EX fist and some pressure and everything. They've been getting some big hits. It's just like E2 Deku trying to stay on Square by any means necessary. 5B hitting on both sides, get that 9 out of here.
Sniping now. Still, this Adachi going in. So I have to say, not a lot of AZOs. That was almost a really good call there. Almost was able to punish Adachi, but Square activating the CC at the BZO right in the face. Air block from DP. Not going to be a huge conversion since the BZO wasn't able to convert. But it's going to be swapped over into the Yang with his burst.
Yo.
Happy birthday!
Okay, this is pretty big. It depends on what Square wants to do with this. Just keeping it simple for now. Yeah, gotta go into the laser super. We might go into Adachi. No, we're just gonna keep here. Okay. Oh, this is huge! Oh, but the fairy messed it up. That was pretty tough. You might have had to do like ground 214C with an assist to stabilize that. Oh my gosh, the back throw, able to burst in Adachi, just get it. Oh, he just does the wake up super.
Picking up with violence, what's there to block him left again with the Solo 9. Definitely in a much better situation compared to the previous Solo 9 combos he needed to make, and it drops probably the aim-winning combo. Just going to be running up, running forward, menacingly going to be trying to find an opportunity.
Oh, I guarantee he wanted 214C right there. For sure.
Was attempted to mash out the very end. It looks like it is over for Square, though. Had 5 bars available. DHC over to my sister, and that will be the set for E2 Deku.
Yes, E2 Deku just can't escape from these 3-2 situations. At least this one going in their favor, though. Gonna get the reverse sweep and the game over Square.
Yes, definitely was how many times can I say definitely? But like that last game was very much a back and forth one for sure, as opposed to the previous 4 games we saw from the 2, where one of them just kind of took one point of momentum and just was able to really have their game plan flourish, but there was kind of a like brawl back and forth, a lot of scrambles between who was winning that game. But unfortunately, I think the moment where Square kind of lost that momentum was especially that 9 drop combo there where the fairy kind of messed it up, because that was going to really shift the momentum in Square's favor. Was going to get a kill on the character, but it just ended up being that flub kind of spiraled out of control, and that allowed E2 Deku to really take back the momentum.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is, you know, Square definitely showed some very good signs of life and some like good kind of control in that match. And like, this isn't the standard double elimination bracket, so if he's just going to be building upon those building blocks as he already set out, you know, he has like potentially like 12 to upwards to around like 20 more games to play, so he can only improve with time, you know. So it'll be interesting to see how his future matches go.
For sure. But yeah, looks like E2 Deku still has to run the gauntlet, but in a different entire game. He has to go play his Strive local, so instead we will be having Yo Face Scrub versus 4012 up next.
Yes, change of pace of the only other 2 players that we haven't seen on a stream match yet tonight.
yes, and I mean, definitely started off for their first time showing off, going to be picking some eccentric characters. Well, I don't know if I would call Monkey's team very eccentric. Definitely 2 characters I can see him playing. But Yo Face Scrub, on the other hand, going off the deep end, playing Yosuke Tager.
Yeah, he played this last week, no?
Yes, against me.
Yes.
Yes, this is This is a team comp, not a team comp that I ever have seen from anyone else except for Scrub, but it's definitely got some snazzy things going. That Yosuke 6P does a very surprising amount of things for Tager, but we'll just have to see how it plays against Monkey.
Yeah, as of right now, getting pushed into this corner. So this is going to be the big problem of this matchup. Is like when Scrub has Yosuke point with Tager in the back against Monkey's assist kit. Like, it's going to put a lot of pressure on his Yosuke to outplay through movement, given what he has in the back with that Tager assist kit. I mean, like, Yosuke Adachi is fantastic because of Adachi's assist kit. Like, Tager's assist kit to cover Yosuke flying around, I don't know if that sounds great. Not to me.
Yeah, does it look so hot? Oh, yeah, Monkey. I think he was expecting the V-Slash to go the other way. Garudine able to go into the DHC, going to be getting a good sizable chunk of damage, goes into the 2-3-6B, but allowing Monkey a free burst out. And calling the CC doesn't want that Yosuke to be hurting. Kill off that with punish.
Oh wow, that 6P completely whipped there from Jin, but still the pseudo plus frames able to work out here for Monkey, gonna get the pickup and gonna be able to get the game. Monkey went up game 1 against Scrub. Yeah, and truly, like I was saying earlier, I think the assist game here for Scrub in relation to Monkey is going to be very hard. Like I said, it puts a lot of pressure on his Yosuke to constantly outplay through the flipping and everything. He's sticking with it, but like the flip side of that is even if like he switches to the Tager point and has the Yosuke in the back, although 6P is good as you said for like the lockdown and everything, minus 5P is a bullet. Like it just like flies across the screen. So if Monkey calls the assist first, or even a little bit after Scrub, you know, somebody's getting poked out.
Yeah, definitely in terms of the assist game, there's no doubt in my mind Monkey's team is absolutely winning.
See how this works out going into the game 2 here.
Starts off with the run, going to be catching this Mai. Able to actually punish the Jin 2-3-6B with this Yosuke goes in for the reset, or
Bruh.
what kind of
do you think they're playing? Thought he had a 6P or a 4P that he could use for a situation like that. You're nuts. Oh! He might have wanted the other super, honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, when it comes to Yosuke, your inputs are always getting constantly crossed up, so it's kind of hard to tell which one you want to be, but when you're able to find this DP bait here on this Yosuke, spending quite a bit of cash here, but we'll be getting some good amount of corn carry. The guard dying, yeah, just DP, doesn't want to deal with the DHC shenanigans. Gonna mash out, and yeah, had to force out the burst. That is definitely not what he wanted there, going to be making this Mai bleed a little bit, gonna be having to this under pressure. Oh, really good pressure. Not going actually for that safe jump because that super is relatively fast. Could have actually been that safe jump. Still not gonna be rewarded with a kill. Never mind. Going to be getting this get beat here on this dive, and that is a kill on the Minatsu.
I can't believe that's the way that Monkey's Mai went down, but here we are. Like, there's guaranteed punish opportunities. A 4-7 situation off this drop. Monkey gonna opt for the resonance call. Smart thing. Get out of that situation entirely. Scrub has a very low Yosuke, turning into a very dead Yosuke right before our very eyes. Oh my god, Astral is at play here. Scrub needs to be careful.
Yeah. Oh, maybe Monkey has to be careful. If this goes in with a backdash into Geppy, going to be running out that resonance times 2, which is very important. But Monkey waking up with violence, Scrub not expecting it.
Alright, yeah, the Jin combo lasts for a bit of time, so wasting a lot of this resonance, but definitely Scrub sitting on the life lead here at the moment. Oh boy! Did he catch a backdash there? That was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say what he wanted there, because I don't see a input where 4-4 is the right decision.
Yeah, I mean, the thing on my mind was, like, is Monkey going to Toga? Because, like, you know, Scrub was kind of going pretty crazy with those Spark Bolts and the Tager. The only Tager mix-up, if he has a bar, is he going to Spark Bolt or is he not going to Spark Bolt? So.
True.
Does Cheat sound normal for you?
No, he doesn't, but I did in fact hear him. He sounds like he's in the other room.
I know you're at a Chipotle, my guy, but like the counter is the one that has the microphone. You can't speak to us from the kitchen. They can't pick you up, playa. We gotta get you the HyperX for Christmas. I got you. What? All right. You heard it here, folks. Here, Cheap has the Viper S microphone.
Well, we might not be able to hear. I am bewildered because there have been things that have been going on in this game that I need to say stuff about, but I cannot find the words to. He converted off that.
All right, that was something.
That was nasty. Yeah, swapping into the Yosuke. Well, the Monkey's characters definitely not looking that great, especially compared to Scrubs. I mean, okay, doesn't quite jump over the Mai thingies. Will be punishing the Tager. Tries to punish the dive. Doesn't quite work out. 6B able to come into the back. Punishes the burst there with the Mai 2B. As long as there's a super, he should be killing the Tager. And it's not looking good for Scrub anymore.
Yeah, that gen was so low for so long, but just a couple of bad decisions and a equally bad burst just leaving this Yosuke to his lonesome. Monkey with a good amount of health resources to work with. Is kind of running out this Scrub Resonance. Gonna, like, do a couple of things. Nullify a little bit of damage potential and also have access to a burst should they get hit. Potentially, if they have the cross meter for it. Yeah. Oh, that was...
You ran into the 6P. That was unfortunate.
Bruh, you hit him with, like, the behind the back right there. That was crazy.
The throw. Not successful of that, but was able to get delay air dash mix, and that Monkey currently on set point.
Bro, that's one of those things that you get hit by, and you just kind of like scrunch your face or why it hit you. Just like what happened on screen, Mai just running all the way off screen, and you just run directly into a Gen 6P. You're just like,
yeah, that was like I said, that was just unfortunate. I just don't think Scrub was expecting the raw active swift. But then my next question is why was he holding that direction in the first place?
I don't. Maybe he was because it didn't cross up. So maybe he was expecting Mai to empty active switch for sandwich and was like preemptively thinking it was gonna cross up. I don't know.
Maybe that seems plausible, but it wasn't correct. Either way, it's still starting out. But that was a really great snipe on the Yosuke JC.
Okay, nice pickup with the Gen 6P in the back.
Yeah, that's the fuzzy. Not going to be able to convert off it though. Deactivates the CC. Active swaps into the Yosuke, able to punish the Mai dive accordingly, but is allowed to free burst out. Scrub trying to wake up with violence. Monkey going for the throw reset. Excellent TRM call.
Very odd TRM. Like, it's a really odd spot to look for a TRM, but I mean, it's just like, it's an unprecedented team, so.
Scrub kind of going wild here, going to be hitting it with keeping up the corner pressure. Yeah, not going to be a safe jump against the Mai. That Mai super be kind of fast. Not going to be able to convert into full combos either. And you'll face Scrub characters ain't looking so hot.
Okay, jumping forward. Oh my gosh, yeah, had the coverage on the Gen, but did not have the coverage on the Mai, hitting the Batonis.
That was an excellent block. I wasn't expecting that, but unfortunately, you can't block air unblockables. Sure, we're gonna with violence, but not able to convert.
Wow!
My 4P. Able to be that something going to be cashing out into something, but it wasn't quite a kill. No conversions from Scrub and no DP punishes for him. Definitely a lot of missed opportunities here for him to get a good amount of momentum. Finally finds the grab and drops the combo. He's still moving in though. He's still alive. It's hit the double hit low, dropping more combos. Definitely showing a lot of kind of unfamiliarity here with Yosuke, but is familiar with the double-sided hitbox. Just keeps on dropping the combos. Is he going to do this one though?
This is the ugliest Yosuke match I've ever seen in my life.
Yes,
like,
but he is winning.
He still needs to make a comeback. It's a 2v1. Mai's low. Gets caught by the 2C, and then yeah, it's like it was just a display of someone that knows what Yosuke's inputs are, but has no idea how to put them together. Like...
Yeah, that was it was a lot of spaghetti on the floor. And if Scrub had a lot of those conversions available, He probably just would have. Well, I can't say he would have won the game, but he definitely would have been significantly more favored to win that game because he found a lot of great places to like kind of press buttons and catch monkeys slacking, but he just couldn't fully capitalize on a lot of those situations that could have at least rewarded him with a 1v1 situation, which he definitely would have wanted to play. Not having to deal with Jin and or Mai's assist kits is very good for Yosuke because of how good they can be for like just space control and kind of dealing with Yosuke's air presence. But that was not the reality we lived in. Scrub did not have the Yosuke combos.
Yeah, no Yosuke, no Sep. Monkey gonna be able to take it 3-1 as we're about a quarter of the way through here at WNF Online Edition BBTAG episode 39. We thank all 28 of you for sticking with us for BBTAG action here on a Wednesday night. We know, there's a lot of other things going on in the anime FGC world at the moment. We got a Guilty Gear Strive patch on the horizon. Multiple type movie is just released, but it's cool to see that there's still 28 of you now, increasing up to 30 that's watching some BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle action on a Wednesday night. If you want to show your adoration for the players here tonight and just support locals, even though they may be virtual, check out the Match Reno, !Match Reno in the chat. I'm going to pull up our virtual pot for tonight. We're currently sitting at $3. You can increase that by hitting the claim code button. It's going to donate a free 30 cents to the pot. Be sure to do so if you haven't already. You do a direct contribution if you'd like. We would greatly appreciate that. Check out the sponsor quest on the side and a little more on that later. Match Reno Marketplace down there. Don't forget about that. There's some great books for sale courtesy of Titan Books and some charms and keychains for sale as well. But the big emphasis point here, click the claim code button, free 30-cent donation to the pot. We would greatly appreciate it. As we're going to be kicking things over to Yo Fish Grab versus Mr. Racer on deck right now.
Yes. Yo Fish Scrub still sticking strong here with the Yosuke taper. Definitely an interesting choice, especially against Mr. Racer, but Mans is committed.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens this time around. There's been no gap between Yo Fish Scrub's previous match to possibly get some Yosuke experience going. Just remember how to play this character, but so far so good, seemingly.
Yes, he was able to navigate around the BZO somehow, and no, that is not the place you want to burst Yosuke.
Yeah, I think Misty Racer had it in his mind of like, yeah, I could burst the third moonsault, and then he just like kind of forgot the timing.
He just got hit.
Basically.
Air confirms. If he's able to convert off that, I would have yelled. He just moved over and was like, yo, time for a punish, going to be waking up with the super, able to catch both characters. I would have cried if that was... Hello?
This is not okay.
Eric, Enrique, please get out this, the Shirogane. Thank you. That's all I asked for you. I don't know what I would have done if the Shirogane dropped the combo and he just DP'd and then she died.
Oh my gosh, gets caught by the overhead. 2B, no confirm.
Yeah, gonna be setting up an unblockable. Nice DP out of the situation. Not gonna be a huge amount of damage, but still has to be really careful of... No, he doesn't!
Wow, the wedge catapult just going straight through that Adachi super. Don't have to worry about a thing. Tiger Yosuke in the mix. Solo Shirogane. Can Tiger punish this? Spark Bolt? No!
Out to some...
What?
Bruh.
I can't believe that hit.
This is so cursed. I don't know what this is. Wakes up with that super? Can Yosuke... No. Huh?
I don't know, man. I don't know. He's setting up traps. He's setting up shop. Scrub still... I mean, he has an Astral, but, like, does he know how to combo into it? Like...
Does he need to combo into it?
I don't know, man.
He just keeps on getting hit by the trap. He just doesn't respect the trap. He was able to convert off that, but not going to be a kill. If we push blocking out and just, yeah, was able to shoot out this Yosuke, and Mr. Acer takes game one in a more normal fashion than the rest of that match was, that's for sure.
More normal, but not more convincing. It went surprisingly down to the wire of the last strike throw situation on both sides.
Yeah, that was if Scrub did V-slash there in that situation, I think he might have been able to catch the Shirogane guns. But either way, I I don't really have an intellectual analysis of that match because it was just a lot of spaghetti and a lot of just kind of. I want to say it was a lot of unwarranted aggression on Scrub's side. I did see him kind of just run into the Shirogane traps and like, they can't hurt me. They can hurt him.
Yeah, basically just constantly saying, you know, I'm gonna touch the stove. It's just like, damn, that burned. All right, I'm gonna touch the stove again though.
Yeah.
What if I just use my pinky?
Yeah, this is. Oh, he V-slash the right direction. Definitely very for Scrub here. Gonna be setting up somehow. Got the cross up and caught Mr. Racer low.
Oh, okay. Force Sandwich is going straight into the cross combo super. Lots of damage. Not quite a dead Shirogane though. Wakes up with wake up jump. Being a whip on the Yosuke. That was the important mark.
Yeah, that was just that kind of bad awareness there. Mr. Racer Yosuke was definitely way too high for that shotgun to hit.
He. Okay, yeah, no, it wasn't good. All right, I was like, if he doesn't get punished by Yosuke, maybe this is worth it. But no, Scrub is just blocking. Neighbor fine. Oh, decent punish. Oh, yeah, sniped out, but doesn't have the meter to cancel. He's still going.
Yeah, just AZO, just trying to find this Yosuke. Sets up a BZO. That's Yosuke Hanamura right there. He's just going to be moving in with all his really good air movement. I was really worried that Scrub not knowing a Yosuke combo would have allowed Enrique to continue living. But thankfully for him, that V-slash was able to seal out the deal.
Yeah, it's working out. It seems like it's coming back to him. He's remembering some remnants of Yosuke routes.
Yes. Yosuke Hanamura combos, I'll admit, they're not the easiest, but it's undeniable that Scrub has been kind of dropping a lot of these Yosuke routes.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. I mean, I guess this is the weirdest decision. Ruby Rose is one of those characters that I know that Yosuke players are don't like fighting, and it's not for anything unwarranted. Ruby buttons are incredibly good at stopping Yosuke from like being able to freely move in the air. Though the Gordo is, I think, more of an interesting decision. But Gorby, very strong team comp even to this day. We'll see. I have to see how it works out.
Going into game 3. Already starting to go for air to airs. You can see what the focus is for Mystery Racer here. Try to cover the skies with that Ruby Rose and her batones. Speaking of batones.
Just wake up with violence. Simply do not care about your opponent's Oki. Not sure what it was going for there, but it just gets the air side. Just press button.
Man, yeah, if he routed to the 2B there, would have been able to punish the burst as well. Unfortunately for Mystery Racer, that was not the case. So this Ruby's going to be getting punished.
6P wakes up with a wedge. Mr. Racer having none of that.
Oh my gosh, the clashes. Yeah, Ruby's kind of low. He's going to need to be really careful here. Gets opened up instantly into the super, and Ruby's going to be going down.
Just like that. That was an absurd amount of scramble situations, but I'm not sure what happened there. But unfortunately, Scrub dropping the combo, but still keeping up all the pressure, but still goes in with the wedge catapult. Yosuke not facing the right way.
What?
Not the decision I would have made if I was playing Gordo.
Mystery Racer is definitely lost in the sauce right now. Just the Tager, Yosuke, Baja Blast sauce packet right now. He just can't navigate.
Yeah, and press buttons. If I've learned anything from these two, just press the buttons on the wake up, you'll do fine.
Basically, I like the concept that Mystery Racer was going into that match with, of like the Ruby buttons in the skies and the Gord on the ground, but as soon as they kind of lost control, and whether that be a byproduct of the unfamiliarity or a byproduct of just losing control of their momentum, we just sunk into the chaotic territory. And like Scrub has been thriving the more chaotic that matches get, just with the mere presence of this team alone, right?
Yeah, Tager's a character that can just completely thrive in chaos, but that Gordo able to kind of bring it back to reality. A good amount of damage on both characters.
Yeah, he stinted? I'm surprised he stinted. This is doing baby damage.
I mean, it's a happy birthday. 7.2k on both characters and whiffing the Oki, so you know some of that doesn't matter anymore. Or it doesn't. It was combos. What are they?
I mean,
Bruh.
non-existent. Yo, Gorad's mix is kind of nasty. Not even gonna lie. That was the stupidest active switch I've ever seen. But I guess it's Tager. So like, what is he gonna do?
Get me from full screen. Me, please, no! I want someone to do a combo.
There's a combo. Does that count?
Yeah, that was a combo. Yeah, that was a Taker combo. I thought he was gonna active swap in time and just avoid that super, but we don't live in that rally. Shooting Taker just in case. I got hit by that. I wasn't expecting Gordon.
Impossible.
Please.
Yo, he's gonna come after him. Oh no, you went for a meaty 5, eh? Yeah.
Super able to punish. That 6P actually, I think, messed up the kill there.
Yeah, he almost made himself unsafe on this dude is crazy. Why?
Why?
Why would you? Why?
I don't know.
1v1, Ruby versus Yosuke. Can Mystery Racer do it?
Looking good there with the 2B calls, and I mean, Scrub's definitely got to be really careful, especially with that backdash. I mean, there's an actual attack. BZ Buzzsaw not going to be able to catch this Yosuke despite if he
Ooh, you're a madman. You're a madman, Mystery Racer. Now the question is, does Yofish Scrub have combos?
No,
but he has mix-ups, but he still doesn't have combos.
He doesn't.
I hate both of you as Yofish Scrub gonna be able to take it 3-1 over Mystery Racer in the absolutely most grimiest, disgusting way I've ever seen. Oh man.
Yeah.
Look, Mystery Racer simply did not have the Argentina power up there. Like that was what brought him the victory previously. No Argentina on his side, which I understand. If I was backing Mystery Racer right now and I was seeing that display, I would have my reservations as well. The month that they earned on the renewed contract might have just been taken away, at least a couple weeks.
Yeah, that was I don't even want to say unfortunate, but it was a lot of spaghetti. I was tripping on all the marinara that was on the floor. That was just sloppy as heck. But we still have Yoface Scrub up. Yoface Scrub currently going through the gauntlet. E2 Deku is back, and will be still fighting this anomaly that has been Yosuke Taker.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's definitely been sloppiness, but if there's anything I know about sloppy, sometimes you can have a sloppy Joe. And you know whose name is Joe? E2 Deku. Not really. I don't know his actual name. But if it is, he would be the perfect counter to Scrub right now.
Yes, and I mean, E2 Deku, definitely an agent of chaos. I'm on the edge of my seat to see how the heck this is going to play out. Combo. Okay, there was a lag.
Okay, still found a reversal DP somehow, keeping up this pressure. Empty jump low, watch your toes. Into the corner we go. Okay, man. Oh. Wow! In the face of potential schmicks, with Tager to my back and Yosuke to my front, I just simply 5B. I do the Wark 5B. It's, you know, we got this.
I mean, it's got armor. I'm not sure where E2 Deku was, but it was able to punish the Whip 4A here with the BZ Buzzsaw. A lot of damage, especially on Tager.
Yo, he's still smoothing.
Ayo, Ruby Rose, she do be a schmovement character. If who's not a schmovement character, definitely Tager. It's going to be a tough hill to climb. And yeah, just did an unfortunate TP there in that situation.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's solo Tager. He's gonna need some very explosive calls in order to bring this back, and that is
one of them.
Surprise! I don't know why that worked. Like,
I couldn't explain to you either. I know why that one worked. You know, you super me. I got the symbol on this. She's dead. She's almost
she's
dead.
Not.
You monkeys.
Oh my god! Calls out the raw tag with the EX command throw. Tries to go for the wedge. Couldn't I catch the backdash there from E2 Deku? And oh man, I imagine the venue that E2 Deku is at right now, that man is constantly reeling back in his chair. People were just looking at him like, what the hell is going on over there? Because I wouldn't be able to contain myself if that was happening to me.
Yeah, that was crazy. He just keeps on going. No matter what goes on, it's always cursed.
Yeah, there were at least some pretty good calls there. Like the initial wake up super that Scrub did was a call out on E2 Deku trying to do a double super to put Scrub under pressure and get Ruby out of there on low health. The wake up EX Samantha was smart, recognizing that E2 Deku was previously desperate to get Ruby out of there, so desperate that they do a raw tag and then just punish the Yang on incoming. So the Yomi was definitely there. I understood. It's just, man.
Man, oh man, indeed. Plays out here in the second game. E2 Deku constantly choosing violence, just wants to hit it with the 5B. Yeah, even when Scrub drops the combo, it's just like, yo.
Basically, okay, this Yang is getting kind of like too close for comfort to the danger zone. I mean, never mind.
Yeah, she's doing fine.
Yeah.
She's not doing that fine anymore. I don't know. That's better. She can be an semblance the next time she comes out, man. See, she's still in the range.
Maybe that's the name of the game. Just constantly keep calling in Yang to make sure that when she comes in, she will activate semblance.
Yeah, you know, that seems like the right idea. Either way, this Scrubs, Tager, still calling in the Yang, going to be activating the semblance just now. Throw baits him, but doesn't punish it. Gotta be really careful, especially with no burst on deck. Just one grab conceal the fate of this Yang, and yeah, playing too aggressive there did cost E2 Deku that character. Not going to be able to make any insane combos with that, but still left with solo Ruby Rose, but their DP punished immediately, so a lot of this resonance will be running out. Yosuke combos can be quite long as well, and yeah, that's most of that resonance gone, and that is all of E2 Deku's life gone.
Hey, like something that we have to highlight here. I know that it just looked like ordinary Yosuke combo there, but hey, Yosuke combos. He did a Yosuke combo. Like he actually did a full Yosuke combo. Yes, that's something that we haven't really seen like that from Scrub thus far in this tournament.
Yes, we are definitely proud of him because he's been dropping them. Just to be frank, he has been dropping a lot of combos, and being able to not drop that one is a huge accomplishment. He's been practicing mid game. That's what he's been doing.
I like it. Well, tied up 1-1 between the two of them here. See if that's too much for E2 Deku to handle. You know, the chaotic energy of Yosuke Tager, and now there's combos on deck. I'm out.
B/slash hitting in the wrong direction. Gonna be beating up this Tager quite a bit. Scrub playing too patiently there at the end, and yeah, just going to be getting a command grab off this Oki situation.
Yeah, imagine just like watch your partner saying, I'll just be patient to save their life, and then look at what Yosuke had to deal with. Over half of theirs gone now.
Relentless here with this Yang. Jump low, keeping up all the pressure there with the EX Firecracker. Breaks the DP as well. Taker's a chonky boy, but that's 2 bars on deck. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be it either. Just a good amount of damage. What do we have on the Yoki Dokes? Nice.
Covers the 4P, able to cover a lot of options there. There's the wedge. Oh, went into the high, resets low, unfortunately dropping there that combo, and gets another command grab. Drops it. Ready for the air.
Okay, yeah, good conversion here for E2 Deku. Got to be able to go back. Yeah, a little bit too much dip on the chip for that combo. Yosuke falling out. Oh, just runs it to the Fakbo, or the DP.
Pressure. Tries to go for the command grab. Not working out. Going to be mashing out, but not catching this Ruby. A lot of this resonance running out. E2 Deku saying, I got a button that hits both sides. You're trying to mix up me? Nah.
That'll do it. E2 Deku able to go up 2-1 against Yosuke Scrub here. Scrub, I imagine, is just going to be on the Yosuke Tager for the entirety of the tournament. I mean, we've seen them in this situation in terms of set count in the past, and they just ran it. The Yosuke is getting stronger, but I mean, E2 Deku has that solidified team that we see from time and time again. So when they're landing those hits, the consistency is definitely going to be at play. Oh no. Is he listening to me? Is he going to prove me wrong and just be like, all right, Atkins, since you said something, I'm switching right now?
It's just like, no, you know, here's the mix-up. He's swapping colors. Oh no, he's doing it. He swapped the colors and he made a Tager Yosuke. That's
right.
the real mix.
Just to
Alright.
clarify, by the way, it's 2-1, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. I don't sound like I'm in the kitchen anymore, right?
You don't.
Okay, good.
Oh, yo, he's got the toothpaste Tager with the blue Yosuke.
Man. Pretty clean, pretty clean.
What's not clean though is this Ruby 5B able to catch the mash from the Yosuke Scrub. Pressure, having none of that on the Oki, just keeping straight out. So that's one of the overhead, but not plus after that. Yeah, it's a little bit too far to go into full confirm. Going to be swapping over to the Yang once again. It's a delayed over dash mix. I don't like how long he's extending this combo because, okay, just cash out immediately, making sure there's no burst available, ensure that this Taker is dead, leaving Scrub with a very, very rough hill to climb with their 2 full health characters. Yosuke's at full health, but I mean, level 2 resonance is going to be popping immediately, goes in with the guard dime, but it is blocked. This is not a great start here for the solo comeback.
Yeah, not at all. Gonna be carried to the corner. E2 Deku. Oh, gets the reset. Ruby is ready to go as well here. The resonance is draining for Yosuke Scrub. The comeback is looking less and less possible. Gets cracked on the dome, and despite the switch to the crest and Colgate colors, not going to be able to brush off a victory there as E2 Deku gets the 3-1 victory over Yosuke Scrub with the Yang Ruby.
That's definitely very clean. I was gonna make some toothpaste analogy, but I'm unfortunately I don't have a joke.
It's fine. But yeah, I mean, it was good stuff there from E2 Deku, right? Just keeping up with the chaos that Scrub is bringing to the table, because it can definitely throw anyone off their game. Sometimes Scrub just brings those type of comps to these WNF tournaments and can typically plays pretty high with them. So being able to navigate the chaos, make sense of it, and get their set. And I think this is gonna be E2 Deku's last set. They're gonna be playing up against Monkey 4012 here.
Yep, I believe so. The gauntlet has almost been run through. Just, needs to see how it goes between him and Monkey.
Yeah, I would say that after this, he's going to be free from the chains of net play fighting games, free to enjoy just offline goodness for the rest of his night. But he willingly chose to do this. So I don't think he sees this as a prison that he needs to escape. This is something that he has wanted to do, takes great pride in hitting that Yang 5B backed up by the Sis. But going to need to be able to go up against Monkey 4012's Ruby Mai for their last set as we jump to the game 1.
Constant aggression here, but unfortunately, maybe choose a little bit too much violence at 4P, able to reel him back. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, natural sandwich there here with the My 5P. Expecting the cross up, there was none. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting any of these. Things are being pressed for sure. Let's swap it over into the Mai here with this buzzsaw.
Okay, a lot of back and forth nature here. Was expecting to hit off that Ruby 4P, despite it whiffing, sets up for the silence, able to find him bursting in Yang as soon as possible. Swing and a miss. The pick up here for Monkey.
Yeah, 5 bars on the deck. As long as it's a super, this should be a kill on the Yang. No burn in here. We're safe from the DMC aim, at least for now.
Yes, the solo will be coming in straight into a sandwich as well. Yeah, just because you activate the resonance doesn't mean you are out of the mix.
Yeah, and able to go into the cross raid, and just like that, the first game mode going over to Monkey.
Yeah, so that will do it. A little bit of a Ruby roar going on between the two of them, and backed up by their assists. He made for quite a bit of a chaotic neutral, but it was truly, once Monkey was able to get those hits and stabilize, they were getting the not only the bigger damage output, but the more threatening Oki. We saw the side swap situations and just the post-resonance mix-up potential that Monkey was able to kind of put at display with this team.
Yes. Going straight into the second game, though.
Get ready.
Yeah, see how this works out. We did see kind of the approach with the Yang was to, I mean, it's one of it has to be one of Yang's favorite approaches, right? Implement that armor as much as possible as you can in this matchup to kind of throw off your opponent's buttons. You see them going for the super jump. JB wasn't able to catch Ruby out of anything, caught Maya, but Ruby's the active character.
Yes. Still opted to choose violence. Able to whiff punish that 5B. Not going to be, it was a relatively safe burst.
For the net play dimension.
Yeah, definitely on the net play. No rollback too. Yeah, all of these my 2-360s are plus. They were expecting it, but does leave them an opportunity to get grabbed.
Okay, DP Ender. Oh! Yeah, just does the reversal super there. This will be a decent equalizer here on damage for Itsudeku.
Especially the DP that gets a burst. Not going to be conversion, but unfortunately gets hit with the My 5 people and not able to convert off it though.
Ooh, okay, nice. Off the Firecracker with the Ruby 6P in the back. Gonna be able to get the conversion. Doesn't get the 5A pickup though, but off the active switch with the command throw. Still no pickups here for Itsudeku.
Yeah, definitely very unfortunate. Ooh, just gonna be DPing straight out. Real DP the DP. Oh, violence being chosen. Going to be punishing the first. So the first hit of the super missed, but since it does have a second part of it, the second part of it punished the burst instead.
Hilarious. Oh, and that does it right there. Yeah, able to freeze time, activate that moon drive, recognize what's going on, hit him with the super. You love to see it.
Yes. And all this game has still got chain shift. It's just tied to your partner bar.
Yes.
Yes. You can't do it in the middle of a block string too, because you have to call an assist first. And it's up 2 for Monkey. Itsudeku has definitely found some points of momentum here in these games, but it just seems like he can't really snowball into the type of game plan that he really wants to exemplify. We've seen in previous sets. Like Monkey has just been constantly not allowing Itsudeku to maintain momentum, just keeping up his own very well. Another sandwich. Deck's in the corner, so actually I should just be avoiding it. Doesn't convert off the JC. Still keeping it in, push button straight out, sets up the sandwich scenario. Gets Monkey crossed up. It's up with violence. Should be a punish there with the 6P, but not going to be a conversion.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get it. Had to manually time that. Just constantly hitting the 5Bs. Yeah, if she's on the other end, you're just whiffing right there. Monkey got to be able to get the whiff punish. I think that's been a tell of this set as well. Monkey kind of putting a lot of accountability on Itsudeku to know their ranges, because there's been a lot of situations we've seen on that 5B whiffing. And Monkey being able to punish, whether it be like a whiff punish through like a cross combo, and they're able to see what Itsudeku is doing and activate the punish basically. Like there's just a lot of accountability on Itsudeku to know the ranges.
Yeah, unfortunately though for Itsudeku, who played really aggressive there with that Yang.
What?
Ooh.
He did fastball DP? Literally what that was.
I mean, that's what it was. It's just like, didn't want to block. Nice block on that cross up though. DP's the DP. Doesn't want to have to deal with anything. Wakes up with super. Is that able to catch both characters? Yes, that should be a kill, at least on the Ruby. Even Mai in the danger zone. But does get the air. Oh my god, it was able to crouch the JC. Monkey's still not activating the resonance just yet. Finds a good anti-air call, but I don't think this is it, especially with a drop combo. But is able to bait and punish the DP here with the Mai dive. No resonance available, or no resonance needed, and we'll be taking a 3-0 victory over Itsudeku.
Yeah, definitely. I think the keywords there is no resonance needed. When Mai came in, despite her being low, I think Itsudeku was banking on Monkey just instantly activating that resonance and allowing for free pressure, but Monkey just going instantly on defensive resonance, completely out of their mind, especially knowing that they were up 2 games, and if they were able to catch Itsudeku off guard, get those hits, and get that dub, that would be the end of the set, and able to execute that perfectly. I think it's a 3-0 win.
For sure, for sure. Itudeku's gauntlet is now over, but we still got a lot of other matches we need to play.
Indeed. About like halfway through, maybe a little bit over halfway through. I know Square has quite a few matches to play. Mystery Racer has a few as well. And Monkey, I believe, has a few as well. So we'll be getting those up here for y'all rather shortly, rather quickly. But something that also is pretty short, pretty quick amount of time is that Matcherino donation. If you haven't already, Lon, go ahead and tell the viewers at home the beautiful BBTAG honors about the Matcherini.
Yeah,
The Matcherini.
Yeah. All right. If you guys haven't already, make sure you click that link there in the chat and go over to our wonderful Matcherino page. Sign in and press that claim code button to donate a free 30 cents to tonight's pod. It's quick and easy. And it's much appreciated for our players. There's some other ways you can contribute monies in night pods. We got that wonderful yellow-orange contribute button. I will never know what color that is, but go ahead and press that and donate as much money as you would like for tonight's bracket. There's some other free ways. You got those sponsor quests on the side. Make sure you go do those. It's easy as following Diaphone or Rio105 over on Twitter. If you want some merchandise with your direct donation, that is cool as well. We got a lot of wonderful manga supplied to us by Kaiten Books. We have Loner Life in Another World, Gachiko Corp, Yakuza Babysitting. My dad is the queen of all VTubers. Welcome to the Outside Restaurant. User made was way too annoying, and my dad is the queen of all VTubers. And we also got some quintessential quintuplet stands, Girls Frontline keychains, Girls Frontline Relatives, Faco keychains, keychains, and Azure Lane keychains, just in case you want some non-manga merchandise there. Just make sure you guys donate to the Matcherino in any which way, whether it's not the free code or direct donation or whatever. It is greatly appreciated for our bracket.
Very cool. And yeah, if you have some multi-stream capabilities here, if you want to pull up 2 Twitch streams at once, E2 Deku is done playing here, but we do know that they're currently in a local Van Street battle. If you want to pull that up, apparently there's some names there, Kizzy K and Justin Wong. I don't know what all games that they're running there, whether it be, I know Deku is anything Guilty Gear Strive and a multiple type Lumina. So like, pull up another tab, pull it up on your phone, Van Street Battle, see what's going on. And if Deku's on stream, be sure to cheer him on. Gotta show some support. He's supporting us. We gotta support him back.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's Van Street Battle and also Van Street Battle 2, from what I understand. I'm not sure what's going to be streamed on either one, but those are the channels that it will be on, from what Deku told us.
Very cool. Oh wait, I think that big major they're having is this weekend, Pinnacle.
Yes.
I see. Yeah, there's a ton of games there. I think even BBTAG, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but
I don't think it is.
Okay. No, we gonna make it BBTAG community. Don't worry about it. CEOs in 2 months.
BBTAG community is still gaming, but I mean, Square over here already gaming here, getting the air-to-air on this Ruby, forcing our burst for the score.
A reversal throw here for Square. I almost got schmicked. It's like they both play Adachi, but which one's playing Adachi right now? It's definitely Square.
Yes. Throw bait and punish Mr. Racer. That was an unfortunate whiff on the burst. Still love Adachi 5B able to hurt.
Let's go. Yeah, boy! You gotta hold that. Yo, she's gonna die.
Why?
She's gonna die.
Why?
Yo, so look, it's not Square, no. Square, no.
You did it for the culture. You knew it was dishonest for the way to kill out the Ruby Rose with a 9 unblockable. You knew you just gave him the Holy Star because 9 is not fair.
No, look, the way that he got the unblockable itself is not fair, but you have to misdirect your attention from that. If you got hit to allow the unblockable to happen, it's your fault.
Just don't be put in a situation.
Exactly. Cheat gets it.
That's what I always say. Don't be put in a situation. If you don't
This-
put in a situation, you're not gonna get hit.
Yeah, I mean, as far as this situation though, this sucks. That Gord is super dead. Was able to find.
Is he dead? Is
No,
he dead?
I don't
You
think
cursed
he's
him twice
dead.
now.
Yo,
cursed him twice in a row.
Stock. Yeah, see, 9 the Phantom players. They sometimes they're hoping. Sometimes they drop their combos because they know their character is not okay. They
Bruh, I
have to give
hate
the other
this.
player a chance.
Bruh, I
See?
hate this,
And they with a
no.
5C.
No,
Yes, don't
Like,
do
I
it.
don't understand.
no,
Enrique
no,
just started
no,
playing
no,
the game.
no.
He wants to show how broken truly
Atkins.
9 is.
Yeah.
No!
Atkins,
Nah, Enrique.
you're the one
grab
who
his
caused
ass.
this.
Grab his ass. No.
Everything's fine. She has a teleport in the air because she needs it. Because she needs it, dude. Oh my gosh. My blood pressure is through the roof right now.
Do you see, same logic applies, Square should have simply not put himself in a situation where Eric could have, won the video game.
Dude.
The argument
Look.
that...
The only thing I have to say, Atkins, you're the one who caused that situation to happen twice.
No.
No. You're the one who caused the situation to happen twice. You want to know why? Because you said, he's dead. He's dead. And guess what? He wasn't dead.
Whatever, man. Look, bottom line is, all I'm trying to inform the Wednesday Fight viewing audience of is that if you're mad at 9 solo unblockable, you're directing your anger to the wrong place. It's the wrong place. Yo, that's just a seed and like a waterfall, okay? How did you get put in that situation? Think about that.
Can I complain about 9JB then? Because that helps you get to that situation. Can I complain about 9J? Can I complain about every single one of her spells then?
Can I just complain?
Yes.
No.
I didn't mean about 9. Just can I just complain in general?
Oh.
Absolutely, you're the
yeah.
TO.
We all have Twitter accounts, so it kind of comes with the nature.
Absolutely.
Oh my god. Get back to the match.
All right. Look, 9 the Phantom with just some honest hits right now.
Yeah, honest instant overheads. Just able to catch the Eric lacking a little bit, going to be swapping over to the Ruby, allowing that Gordo to heal him back. I definitely, for this matchup, when 9 is on point, I definitely imagine that Racer wants to keep 9 because Ruby's one of those characters that can actually deal with 9 pretty effectively in neutral. Ooh, very good delay air dash. I think that was a missed input on the super.
Ooh, okay, yeah, those teleports, avoiding those Grim Reapers was something that was previously working for Square. That time, I think they only did a singular teleport, so that was actually a punish. They need double to get out of that situation. Whoa, she died for that, yikes.
That call. Team can do a surprising amount of damage, just gonna be still out of deal. Eric's trying to get in here with his Ruby guns, but just gonna be running forward and gonna be push blocking out. Just DPs the situation. This is AZO snipe out. Gets his AZO sniped out again. What?
I don't know why he didn't do anything. That was definitely a free punish. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
Same thing to Swear, but this time he capitalizes on it. Didn't need to spend that cash, but just to be sure does. Or does have access to a potential Astral, but might not get to use it after this Adachi combo is done. Actually, not going to be spending out of the resistance. I don't know how much I like the decision. Grab into whiff Astral into Awari. He is dead, ceased from this world, gone from existence.
Yeah, Square methodically did not go for the super to make sure that Mystery Racer did not have the resonance for the Astral, because he knew if he allowed Mystery Racer to still have the Astral, Mystery Racer would eventually commit to raw Astral, thus guaranteeing a punish in the set.
That is thinking 400 steps ahead. That's a Galaxy Brain move that I respect.
Look, you need to have a Galaxy Brain to play 9 in order to, kind of encompass her honest neutral so they can get into your game-winning situation of the unblockable. I like it. I like it. Thinking outside of the box and outside of the bun.
Yeah. That's that is in fact words you can say in a sentence.
Got some bad news.
Well, look, man, Mystery Racer is committed to this Ruby Gord. And I mean, there's been some aspects of that have been working out. Something subtle that I noticed from that previous round. Through the Ruby teleports, like Square was doing dash plus Adachi 6P, and the teleport actually broke the Adachi 6P, so guaranteed to punish on 9. So there's just little nuances like that that I think not only is going to help him against Adachi, or not only help him against 9, but also Adachi, you know?
Yeah, Ruby Gunblast having a hitbox definitely helps with having to deal with a lot of the potential assist game that Square's team can play out, and that was not looking so great. Still not looking great for Square, but still has to be really careful here with this Ruby going to be waking up with violence, but is able to catch both characters. Imagine this is going to be a rock tech. No, still keeping her in. Wants to do the BZ Buzzsaw to swap in the Gord. Still not liking how much Eric is playing very aggressively here with this Ruby. Nine's dead. What happened?
He couldn't find a way to get her out of there safely. She was just slowly but surely taking so much damage, and by the time that he tagged, she was still active. She just died to any little hit in the back. Oh my god, that's ballsy.
The rest of, somehow an air unblockable.
So high in the air that he was actually able to get air unblockable. Good stuff to Mystery Racer being able to create that situation somehow.
Yeah, with Gord DP of all things. Oh, try to go for the unblockable 5C Square. Waking up with violence, activate the CC. Goes in with the 4P, 5 bars on deck. As long as there's no whack drops, this should be a kill. And a game on the board for Mystery Racer.
Looks like they're gonna be able to take it all together. So as far as Square's end of how they deal with things here, one thing that I'm noticing quite a bit is that Mystery Racer is keeping Square on the runaway, which is, you know, Square's pretty prone to the runaway game as it is. I think they're missing out on big damage opportunities for punishing assist calls. Like, there's been a couple of opportunities I've seen where he's airborne with 9, and there's like an assist on the ground, and he doesn't do the EX Fist, which is just like a free punish. Not only that, you don't have to deal with the assist at all. So we'll see if that will be something that comes into play later down the line in the set. But Mystery Racer is striking back, you know, possibly in this reverse sweep situation here with the Ruby Gord. See if they can make something happen.
See, definitely do like the idea of kind of using those 9-2-1-4Cs in order to snipe out the assist and dissuade a lot of the aggressive assist calls on Mystery Racer's side, especially in that stage of the game where it could have been really good. And considering how low the Ruby was, getting a couple hits on her would have potentially led into a kill. That was an exceptional round start.
Yeah, he's still going with just a cross combo of purely mids, one overhead.
Yes, and a reverse hit. 5 EP tried to bait the burst there, but Mystery Racer still keeping up all the aggression despite the drop. Yeah, 9 burst is a little bit whack there. Kind of hard to punish with the assist.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad idea to do a high burst with 9, just because she like the way that she like lands on the ground, it can really mess up opponents. So.
Ooh, I kind of like the idea of going for that anti-air active swap command grab, but just a little bit too space. Foul.
Yo, he tried to hit him with the knowledge check unblockable. I like it.
Why not? Oh, unfortunately ran into the DP. So keeping in this Ruby, has to keep it all aggressive to make sure she's safe. Safe's going to be sweet swap out. And I wonder if Mystery Racer is still going to be very aggressive with his calls. Yeah, was able to thankfully snipe out that 6P, could have ended in a disaster. DP the DP, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of an aspect of this team that's not the strongest here for Square. Is like 9 is dumb on her own, but gets exemplified in stupidness with good assists. And although Adachi has good assists, some of them are persona based. So when they get sniped out, you got to like screen coverage that you were expecting to have may not be there.
Yeah. Ooh, that was not the right call to active swap over into the 9. Thankfully, this is a single target gauge. See that Adachi won't be dying, but as both characters in a very critical state, almost ended in disaster. There could have been the game straight up, wakes up with the super, but not going to be a punish. I wonder if that was a misinput on 236.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Solo 9 here on the level 4 residence. I mean, she's regaining a lot of life. Mystery Racer is playing this very safe. Plus frames. Coming to the DP right then and there. Okay.
Yeah, let's make it the old-fashioned way now. And 9 the Phantom definitely can do it. Both characters in a life total that 9 can easily deplete. Be teleporting into the sandwich, keeping all the pressure, but doesn't respect the Gordo in the back. Yeah, I think that was too high for a combo to kill, but it wasn't high enough for the droption select to kill.
Yeah, that somehow still worked out in Mystery Racer's favor. They're able to get the pickup with the gunshots, and yeah, we're tied up 2-2. Mystery Racer looking to make this reverse sweep if at all possible. And I just think the constant aggression is kind of getting the better of Square here. You know, Mystery Racer is just definitely in Square's faith. And I mean, rightfully so. This isn't a team that you want to be far away from by any means, no matter who's on point. So it'll be up to Square to figure out what they do. There's definitely options that are there, whether it be like the way that they push block or the way that they kind of get out of situations. Push block may be a big factor. There's like a lot of like buzzsaw active switch and like freaking Grim Reaper active switch that we're seeing from Mr. Racer that can be maybe not nullified, but at least challenged a bit through push block. So I don't know.
We'll definitely have to see. He really needs to find a way to kind of stop the Mr. Racer aggression for sure, though, because that is just going to be a big aspect of kind of why Mr. Racer has been able to take the past 2 of these games. Is just, I mean, getting hits like this also helps too, especially in just starting off strong here with the aggression, but the BP straight out. Yeah, that Ruby Rose doesn't care about your AZO setups.
Yeah, typically that would be a terrifying situation for a normal character, but Ruby Rose does not care. But at least off this active switch, gonna be able to get the unprincipled damage. We couldn't get the JA. That is abysmal here for Square.
Yeah, for sure. Keeping it relatively safe there with that cross combo. Was able to find something at the end, but since it was kind of an awkward confirm, not going to be able to convert off it.
Oh, yeah, I think committed to a spell. And Adachi doing something there in the back. Gonna be able to teleport through this. Continues to teleport.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, since Gordo was swapped out, or hit out, so wasn't able to swap that Adachi 4B. Able to snipe the Ruby Rose. Is able to kill? No.
Oh, man, if he just went for Raw Super and not 2C, I think he could have guaranteed a kill on Goy. Or, no, Ruby? What was going on?
Yeah, Ruby. It was Ruby.
Dang. 9 going down. Solo Adachi coming in. Level 3 residence here for Square.
Yeah, tries to go in for the command grab, not having none of that. I don't know what was being pressed, but unfortunately got hit by the DP. Gets it with the 5C frame trap even.
Oh, yo. I felt it in my heart. That was a grand right. Oh, no, it was just conditioning. It was conditioning into the cross/slash super. Square. This is not impossible. Finds the hit on the 2-way, but did not commit for a kill on the gourd.
Believe in it. Goes in with the Atom Smasher, trying to find something here on this Gordo. Mister's just still keeping it in. Nice cycle to throw. Constant aggression. Takes the throw once again. Finally swaps it over into the Ruby.
Okay, Mr. Racer needs to be a bit careful about how they call this gourd. They're playing things pretty slow. Does find a hit off the Grim Reaper. Gotta be able to get the confirm here with the Ruby. This is still kind of anyone's game, but the meaty 5B, and that does make contact. Mystery Racer off the reverse sweep. Gonna be able to get a 3-2 over Square. Heartbreaker here for Square, as this is the second time on stream we've seen this happen, where they go up 2 games in an emphatic fashion. And unfortunately, they're just subject to the reverse sweep curse.
Yes, definitely unfortunate for Square.
But yeah, solid rally there for Mr. Racer to be able to bring things back with the Ruby Gourd. And yeah, just kind of finding a pocket, a game plan, and sticking with it. And really kind of forcing Square to find some counterplay around it. And it looked like it was easier said than done. But I mean, still some good, solid hustle here from Square, where like a lot of the matches have been kept close. They're facing a completely different caliber of team here, as they're going to be going to get YoFace Scrubs Taker Yosuke for the next match.
That's no matter what you feel like you're prepared for, you might have fought a bunch of Yosuke's in the past, you might have fought a bunch of Takers in the past, but the combination of Taker Yosuke is a very unique one that Scrub has been bringing out today. It's got a lot of interesting stuff that if you're not prepared for, you can definitely kind of be at the will of Scrub. It's got a lot of snazzy setups, but we'll have to see how it deals with it, because definitely Adachi 9 is going to really do well, I think, against this team in here.
Okay, big JB to start things out here for Square. Other thing is, Scrub does not have access to the burst. Oh my gosh. Chaos is unfolding. The reverse hit Tager confirms. Yo.
That was... I don't know what to say, but either way, like this, Scrub's Yosuke definitely swooping around, just trying to avoid a lot of these buttons coming out from Square's side, and was able to bait the burst and punish it accordingly.
Yeah, recognizing that high burst that Square does from time to time with 9, and just keeping this pressure on in the corner. Not having these corner Yosuke routes, though.
Yeah, runs into the spell as well. Still, this 9 not looking so hot. Spending a lot of assist gauge. No burst available here in this situation. Able just to get a very quick confirm here on this 9 left with solo. Adachi tried to 5C. I'm not sure who was going in there, but sets up the BZO. Not going to be popping the resonance just yet. Snipe out the Tager, and it doesn't look like. I was about to say something, and I'm so glad I didn't say it because I was really worried that Scrub was gonna drop all of that.
Yeah, that felt like it was about the whiff. That might have been like just the tip like range there for Scrub.
Yeah, I as soon as I saw him cash out into the super, the woohoo super, I was holding my breath. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I've seen that super whiff from like ranges like that, and I just like, it looked really uncomfortable. And when he called that DHC, he's like, is he too high? Yeah, giving me heart palpitations. I've seen my man's drop too many combos. I don't want to see him drop more. It's not good for my heart.
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight.
Take it away.
Okay. Yeah, starting out with the 5B to begin with. Oh, the 5B to snipe this time around with the Yosuke 6P Pika. Maybe we're seeing the true flavor of this Taker Yosuke combo, what it's capable of.
Ooh, got hit with the 2B Oki. Does he got the combos with it? Oh, yo, sick. That could have been confirmed if he cashed out in the Magnetic wheel. Yeah, the pressure ate the honest overhead, but just got mashed out. Not going to be a huge amount of damage, but still swapping over into the Yosuke after that. BD4A. Not going to be a kill.
Man, just what has happened to Square's life bar here between the Adachi and the 9. They just can't find a kind of comfort zone to play their neutral game or get anything started. Square or Scrub, just constant pressure here.
Yeah, sets up the mirror. I waited for the mirror to dissipate, knowing that Square was trying to press button. It was just ready with the gun, the spark bolt, ordered to slap it 9 in the face, and it's ordered to Scrub here with this Tager Yosuke.
Yeah, Scrub just moving here through this set, and yeah, the tell of the tape here for Square has been going up 2 and then getting reverse swept, but right now they find themselves in the opposite situation where their opponent's up 2 and they have the kind of burden to try to reverse sweep. So see if they're able to capture some of that momentum and just kind of figure out a way to navigate this, because again, Scrub has been kind of dominating the neutral here, just not allowing Square to really get to play the game.
Yeah, definitely a very impressive feat with Tager Yosuke against 9 Adachi, but I think just Scrub's kind of aggressiveness, even with like characters with slow buttons, well, a character with slow buttons like Tager, just is able to find the right spot. And as soon as I say that, just gets hit with anti-air 5A.
Yeah, so I mean, a good way to start nonetheless. A 5P to catch the Taker backdash. Great block on the instant overhead there from Yosuke Scrub.
Yeah, but unfortunately got frame tracked here with the spell. Doesn't want Tager to eat the brunt of this damage, so we'll be swapping over to the Yosuke. Fair and blockable. Actually, I think messed it up a little bit there. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a safe jump.
Okay, yeah, just teleporting around. Square finding some opportunity to get some things at play here.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have liked to see him cash out his super after that CC. And that's almost a kill in the Sparkball combo. Renders the Crimson Raider not able to convert off accordingly, but does set up the sandwich scenario. Kind of interesting he didn't call that a little bit earlier. Push blocks it from the grab. Will be rewarded with a kill on a 9 just like that. Momentum's kind of swung back over to Scrub's favor, but it's definitely very possible for Square to make this Dachi come back.
All right, Tager, you thought you get to be a good character with your cute active swap mix up there? No. This reverse hit Adachi 2A. How dare you?
Activates the resonance right there in a sandwich scenario. 6P with the grab, but was still able to convert off 6P, and it's not looking good for Square no more. Nice jump out of the grab situation, but wasn't able to hit the Taker. Clashes there with the 5P. Yeah, Square playing really conservative there with the meter usage, not using anything for push blocks. Ooh, could have punished the dash. I don't know where he's going.
Yeah, straight up, I think that was just a mix on both players there. Not really quite sure where either character was going to land, but it ended up being in Square's favor, finding a hit on Yosuke and making this 2v1 situation completely possible, now turning into a 1v1. Taker versus Adachi. Bruh.
Not only did that side
that we've seen Taker's hurt boxes work against him.
I don't even know why that's still a corner. I know for regular grabs I can do it. I didn't realize with the Taker 214A that would have moved him out of the corner. I learn new stuff every single day, and why is it so cursed?
I've got nothing for you, man.
It's been a crazy night, and it's mostly been insanity, very much kind of concentrated whenever Scrub plays here with this Taker Yosuke. And I mean, I don't know what I was expecting when I saw Taker Yosuke. Taker Yosuke and Curse might as well be synonyms.
Right.
Like, if you look in the dictionary, you looked up the word curse, you see the definition, and under it shows the synonyms. It just says Taker / Yosuke.
Oh my gosh, Merriam-Webster, I hope you're listening. You need to update pronto.
Can't escape from crossing fate.
Game 4 with the color swap too. I mean, we're still keeping with the Colgate Taker. I'm not sure what toothpaste brand that Yosuke is, but it looks very bright.
Yeah, it's like a winter fresh gum Yosuke over there.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Good teleports out, but Scrub ready with the check with the spark bolt afterwards. Keeping up all this pressure. This 9-8 looking so hot.
Oh my, that was really good. What a counter to moonsault.
I have never seen anyone anti-air moonsault like that. That was insane. And cashing out into the super, 9 does quite a sizable chunk of damage, and actually is going to be a kill. Could have burst out of the situation, but I think Scrub was pretty confident there that Yosuke wasn't going to die. Sparkle, do it again. Yeah? This is Taker neutral?
Basically.
2B once again. It's a 50-50. Is he gonna spark bolt or 2B?
Oh my god, and the DP.
He's still going. It's the same game plan over and over. He's gonna run out of meter eventually, so it's not gonna be able to keep up with all that chip he built during that sequence there, and Resonance really built up. Yeah, okay, finally out of meter. Not the place you want to be with Taker. Just DP straight out. Actually going to be rewarded with killing the Adachi. That's suddenly looking a lot more doable. But has to fight 9 the Phantom, who has level 4 Resonance, while he has none.
Oh, okay. Jumps over the wedge. Shut up. Okay. Yo. Oh, gets the pickup off of this. Fantastic from Square. Yeah, we should be able to get corner positioning into the combo a bit early, so I don't think this is going to kill, but...
Very close. Just gonna be DPing straight out.
Mirror. Oh, the fuzzy! Oh my gosh. NTA for a air to ground into the fuzzy JA with 9 the Phantom against Iron Taker in 2021.
Being a Taker player is always suffering.
All I'm saying, Scrub, he got a taste of his own medicine there.
Dude, definitely. What the hell? Okay. To the idea of Adachi Yumi, turns out that's not the actual thing that's going on here. It's still Taker Yosuke. But I mean, we saw some crazy, like that fuzzy from the 4A to the jump A with Square was insane. But we saw something even crazier before that. The freaking anti-air off the Yosuke moonsault in the corner with 9 buttons. That was fantastic. Like,
I didn't think it was humanly possible to anti-air Yosuke during moonsault. But if there's one character that's gonna do it, it's definitely gonna be 9 the Phantom. He did.
I don't know.
Throw.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
He's -10, but it turns out he was plus 1,000 there.
Yeah, he might have committed to 6A rather than 4A here. The chaos is really starting to build up. Wedge catapult straight into super. Is that a Adachi? Yes. Yes.
You thought it wasn't?
I wasn't
You
sure.
forget? You forget that has like no proration?
No, I remember it. I just wasn't sure, man. There you go.
Okay.
It was close.
It was definitely close.
I'm the Phantom. Definitely a character that doesn't really care about what either character has to do unless she gets hit.
Yeah, I mean, this can be a chaotic match as it continues. No, this could be a crazy situation if Square is able to find the right opportunity to get started. The perfect calls for resonance and everything. It's just like Square is seemingly taking it slow here thus far. They spit the cross combo for neutral. Yeah, get the Taker out of there. No anti on the Yosuke.
Yeah, I would like to see Square pop the resonance soon because I think it's a next touch scenario. Nice blocks, not able to convert off it. Finally going to be popping the resonance. Sets up into a situation. Doesn't quite punish the V-slash. Not going to be a lot of health gain due to only being level 1 resonance, and sets up the sandwich scenarios. Square has to be really got like a defense and found a great place to TP straight out.
God. Yeah, just really good defense here thus far. Teleporting, the resonance is gone. Mirror nullified. Jump A cross up with Taker works, but doesn't kill.
Too much paration, I think, on the Spark Bolt, and unfortunately, wasn't ready for the cross-up. A valiant effort for Square here in this set. Was able to get to the Game 5 situation, but couldn't seal it out there in the end. No face scrub will be taking it 3-2.
Yes, that is correct. There's constant 3-2s here for Square, and like constant bits of my heart constantly being broken at a constant when it comes to this constant heartbreak. Just it's man, I can't take it anymore. Just constantly depressed Kraken Atkins over here.
Yeah, with the amount of time where you said constant, we're gonna have to call you Constant Atkins now.
Constant. Ugh.
It really do be like that on some occasions, and I mean Square still not out of the blender just yet, I think, or is that? Yeah, he still has to fight Monkey 4012 next.
Yes. Square stream matches, another constant here for the past 30 minutes.
Yes.
Match Reno existing week by week, another constant here every Wednesday night at WNF. This is Online Edition episode 39. Exclamation point Match Reno in the chat. Be sure to check it out if you haven't already. We're at $17.40. You can make it even higher if you hit those claim code buttons to donate free 30 cents to the pot. Again, we're at $17.40. How did we get there? There must have been some direct donations going on here. I see some from Arkaganda. Thank you. Thank you. Riverside representing here. I like it. Rotary Lover, direct contribution here as well. Thank you for those direct contributions to boost us up. Be sure to check out the Match Reno Marketplace for free stuff to buy. Not free stuff. It's not free. I'm sorry. It costs money, but it goes to the pot.
I don't think you can buy free stuff, Atkins. I feel like that defeats the purpose of something being free.
Look, you could buy free stuff if you don't get caught. You can't do that on the
That's not
Match
buying,
Reno.
that's stealing.
Listen. It's just merely a
Do the
matter
Match
of...
Reno shill, Atkins. We got a Match Reno.
All right. Monkey 4012 versus Square. It's happening. Oh my gosh, air unblockable. Oh, I don't think they were actually better off with the Adachi 6P slamming down there. They might have gotten the combo otherwise.
Really good throw, but not going to be a conversion. Be hitting that Adachi, able to punish the Mai dive there with a 9-5B. Sandwich scenario goes in with the overhead. Has 4 bars on deck. Ooh, I would have liked to see a cash out of super immediately. Might have actually been a dead Maya, or at the very least a bleeding Ruby.
Yeah, finish moving, plus assist, plus Ruby buttons is a recipe for disaster here for Square. Air unblockable? No, not quite, but the 5B check.
Throw baits goes in with a dive, the final throw bait to seal out the deal cash out into the Mai super, and that is a game on the board for Monkey.
Indeed. Yeah, so this is a similar way of how the previous set started out here. The opponent going up over Square here, and Square being starting out on the back foot. A different pacing of team. Ruby definitely can be quite a nuisance for a 9 to deal with. And we've seen that be the case for when Square was fighting Mystery Racer, and Mystery Racer had the Ruby Gourd kind of at play there. The big difference in between that match and this match is that Mai being the partner character rather than Gourd. There's that 5P that we're seeing being a constant nuisance to Square when they're trying to like call assists on the ground or just find themselves on the ground, right? So kind of going to be two characters that's going to be a little bit tough to deal with here for Square and kind of navigate, especially since it's just kind of like an amplified version of what Mystery Racer was playing previously.
That's for sure. My 5P man, just incredibly good at just stepping out, especially I feel like a team with, like, especially Adachi teams is going to be really good at sniping out any potential like AZ or BZO situations. And Ruby Buttons, always being Ruby Buttons, able to catch behind, so they're going to be keeping up the pressure, sets up the sandwich scenario as well. Block on the first cross up, but has to block a lot of this. Okay, it's not going to be a huge amount of things in the end. Finds a way to push block out, but that My 5P able to snipe out the assist. Catching that super to keep it all burst safe as well.
Yeah, it's going to put a lot of honesty on Square's assist calls if they want anything that's going to reach at a range. Because 9-6P has a lot of startup, so it's going to be prone to getting snuffed out by My 5P. The Adachi Persona Normals, it's just like there's a lot of like pretty much like gaps that Square's going to be able to have to find if they want to get one of those assists off.
Yeah, once again, good block on the cross up, but yeah, not punishing these with JCs. Square playing incredibly patiently, just trying to find their opportunity to get something happen. Yeah, that was using the freeze frame to know that that AZ was coming out, not going to quite be a kill, but Square really has to make something happen, and it doesn't look like it's possible off that anti-air DP.
Yes, not at all. Square down 2. Monkey going to be going up 2 with this Ruby Mai, just kind of playing things pretty much exactly according to plan. You know, these Ruby buttons all over the place, making it hard for 9 to kind of navigate the screen here, and putting Adachi in a bit of trouble as well, poking him out and such. So, yeah, Square just kind of really stuck against a really, I would say, very hard team for them to navigate against through and through, given their picks and Monkey's picks here.
Yeah, that is for certain. A team like Ruby Mai can be an incredible nuisance to have kind of a setup team like 9 Dashi have to deal with.
Yeah, just run forward buttons, absolutely no fear. Barely sniped up by this AZO again.
Yes. Has some full screen presence here, but didn't quite find any solid hits. Still going to be avoiding some of that buttons there with the JP. Still just constantly peppering Monkey here with his AZOs, and it's definitely working out very well. Ran into the BZO, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the Zeos are starting to add up here. 5C, it's the AZO. Gotta be able to punish the Mai here. Do we have unblockables? Oh, we're gonna go for it. Oh, yeah, he teched forward. Yeah, so wasn't able to set that up properly to cover the tech option.
Sure. Yeah, but not just gonna teleport straight out of that super. Calling out still. Relatively even game so far, especially off this grab. Yeah, Mai is, or 9 is bleeding here in the back, but so is this Ruby. Okay, nice look on the fuzzy.
Nice defense.
JB gets hit with the AZO. Confirm into a kill. Monkey still keeping it strong here with this Ruby, playing it very aggressively. Finds a low, kills the 9 off somehow. Square trying to find something there off that defensive decision, but just was met with a Mai dive, and it will be a 3-0 victory for Monkey.
There it is. That'll do it. And that game 3 was able to find a bit of wiggle room, a little bit of science, and some very good calls, especially some decent defense on those fuzzy situations as well. But Monkey able to adapt, close it out, and get the 3-0 victory over Square. And I believe we're only left with one set here. As far as like who has potential to take the tournament here, I think this. Oh man, I can't do this math. I don't know if this set can determine it.
I'm pretty, judging by the win record, it looks like it's a toss-up between Mystery Racer and Monkey right now. So I think the determiner of who is first place is going to be decided by who wins this set, because they currently actually am I counting?
So I think what's happening.
Okay.
No,
I think
I'm
Monkey
Let me
wins.
hold on. Let me explain this. It's first determined by set count, then it's determined by game count, then it's determined by the head-to-head.
Right. So I think
So-
Monkey wins no matter what, right?
Okay.
Monkey wins no matter what,
I
Yeah.
got you.
but we do have to play everything out.
All right, so I think I don't run tournaments. I don't understand. I'm not gonna cap. I think right now it's actually, if Mr. Racer wins this match, he's guaranteed second place.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. If he loses, it depends on how many games he wins.
Yes.
My devourer will carve out your spirit.
Math is hard. I can't read either.
Can't escape from crossing fate.
Last set of the night.
Yeah, we're
WNF Online Edition, episode 39.
yes, that I do know about. They're dropping that combo. After first waking up with the grab, Spears are not ready for it.
That's into the front of the go. Late air dash pressure, gonna be able to get the confirmation.
Yeah, Mr. Racer choosing violence, not going to be a push block in order to punish. Swaps over into the Gordo once again, but a good 5B call to catch both characters, not going to be a huge confirm. Picks up with the super, but doesn't punish it!
Yeah, just didn't quite get close enough with that Ruby.
That's
Ah,
definitely
yeah.
not converting. That was a little bit ambitious considering the hit stun that was there, but thankfully dropping the combo. Goes in for the BZ Buzzsaw, wakes up with the DP. Goes in for the BZ Buzzsaw again. Reverse hit! I don't know what's going on, but Gordo is dead.
Yeah, a little bit of nuttiest go. Oh man.
Uh,
I think he instinctively wanted to push block that, but the 4P whiffed altogether. Like, Monkey gonna be able to go up game one. Definitely some huge scrambles kind of going on in those latter seconds. Just some big happy birthdays we're seeing on both sides. But yeah, the moment the Mystery Racer committed to that Gorge Super on the empty gen was definitely the moment that they were kind of committing to having to play on the back foot with the 2v1 comeback.
yeah, it was chaotic to say the least. Just a lot of assist calls being hit, just a lot of straight hits. Not a lot of like Oki situations there. It's just a bunch of stray hits just building up into a situation where both players had to be incredibly careful about what they did. And Mr. Racer opting to choose violence, which didn't really work out.
Escape from crossing fate.
See how things shape out going into this game two.
Double low, swapping over into the Gordo, swapping back over to the Ruby. Doesn't believe in those 2A hits that time. Another BZ Buzzsaw. This time it will be punished. He's swapping over into the Mai this time.
All right, solid routing here. Yeah, just keeping up that pressure with Gen 6P in the back. A little bit mistimed on that throw. Going to be punished with a throw of their own here. Mystery Racer getting corner positioning now.
Just a little bit too close on the scenario. Misses the ender, but maybe it was a setup this time.
Yeah, surprised no air unblockable attempt there from Mystery Racer. Seemed like it would have been easy money, or at least forced to push block out of Monkey, but just did an empty active swap altogether.
Yeah, unfortunately, getting hit there. Yeah, that's not going to be a punish. Going to be going in for the Ruby! And then Gordo able to hook it up in the back. He was still schmoving, but unfortunately, this is a good happy birthday, question mark? Man, what is going on in the latter end of these matches? Holy crap.
I don't know. They just get into like this scramble city territory, but like Mystery Racer can't basically become advantageous within the scramble. Oh, is he gonna land into an active switch? No, he just whiffs the JC from the mere threat of the Gen 6P below him, makes himself punishable, and Monkey's gonna be going up 2-0.
I mean, yeah, that was a really hard situation to really decide what to do there. Because from where he was descending, that was a free air and blockable DP. That 6P also coming in the back could have potentially just made a air and blockable DP active swap setup as well. So went for the JC, and I think just in hopes that he could avoid it altogether. But yeah, it was a very uncomfortable spot to be in, and it didn't really work out. And Monkey is 2-0, is on the potential last set, well, this is the last set of the night, last game of the night.
Indeed. Mr. Racer committed to the Ruby Gourd and try to make it happen. But the Maijin proving too strong thus far. Here we go. Possible last game of the night. Starting out with fast buttons, but meter spent and not much health or damage done, I should say.
And that's blocking the cross up, but didn't block the overhead. Not going to be a full conversion, though. So gets the air. Did that cross up?
It did. It crossed up right at the latter end, but Mr. Racer wasn't ready for a proper conversion. Forced sandwich situation. You can push block if you want. You're not escaping the mix.
Leading, tries to wake up with a 5B. Now that has to be a burst. Once again, going to be punishing with the latter end. Ooh, really good awareness there for the throw reset, but just going to be getting an air blockable DP out. Good job. Yeah, that's still plus. This race is really going down. Left with the solo Gordo. This is a rough comeback to make, especially for our poor Gord. Oh, found the low, but didn't believe in it. 5C baby.
Gets poked out by that Mai for a... Any hit can do it here. Mr. Racer just does the raw Grim Reaper. That is going to be getting punished. And that will be the end there. Monkey able to get the 3-0 win over Mr. Racer. And going to be getting the entire victory here at WNF Online Edition, episode 39.
Yes, for sure. And we'll have to see how the math plays out in terms of that set when it comes to Mr. Racer's positioning. I think at the very least he gets third, but we'll settle these things because I'm certainly in no position.
It's really interesting. So Monkey getting first place. Second place is a tie? Well, where E2 Deku gets the second place because they got the victory over Yofave Scrub. But they perfectly tied in set count. They both went 8 and 9.
Dang.
Yep, that is correct. Like Deku, since Deku did win over Scrub, he is placed higher than Scrub.
Man, they perfectly matched each other in terms of macro games, but in terms of the micro head-to-head, each Deku victorious, proving for them to get a second place spot. The man who could play offline and online at the same time, the absolute madman. Another shout out to the E2 Deku for joining us here tonight despite having the local. Just showing that BB tag dedication that we'd love to see and need to carry on for the rest of this year and going into the new year, as we do have some exciting offline events of our own that are coming up. I hope to see some of you all there if you're listening. Don't be afraid to approach. We'd love to connect some faces to names. But that's for the future. For now, that's wrapping things up here for us here at the Wednesday night of fights. Be sure to check out the match reading link if you haven't already. Use claim code for a free 30-cent donation to the pot. We're currently at $17.70. So if you are straggling behind and you haven't used some of those codes, be sure to use them. We would greatly appreciate it. A shout out to all of y'all for joining us here for another night of BB Tag PS4 tonight. Parsec's going to be happening next week as per usual here at twitch.tv/Ready30. Thanks to Ready30 for having me. Master Chief, Lon, Lily, you guys know the vibes. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, until next time, some good stuff. Sure,
thank you to the WNF gang over here for allowing me to commentate tonight. Especially shout outs to Craig and Atkins for holding it down with me. It was kind of crazy. I don't know what I would be doing without another human being here talking with me, because my brain is fried right now. And yeah, shout outs to Master Chief as well for TOing tonight's tournament and allowing everything to run smoothly. Especially shout outs to E30 for streaming and allowing the audience here tonight to watch tonight's BB Tag action. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right, yeah. Thank you to both, Lon, Lily, and Atkins for commentating tonight's round robin bracket. providing some very good insights and commentary to the matches that the players were able to bring to you all. And also thank you all for joining us on this Wednesday evening / Thursday morning, depending on your time zone. It's always a pleasure doing this and running this for you all, and giving you some good ass BBTAG action. And of course, as mentioned before, big thank you to E30 for streaming this week in and week out for us. He's been a trooper doing this and providing providing this to all your viewers at home. So much love and thanks to him, as always. Of course, as mentioned before, next week we will be doing Parsec for BBTAG, and if you do !PS in the chat, there is a Ko-Fi link you can go to help support the maintenance costs of those Parsec servers. Unfortunately, it's not free. We wish it was, but that's how things are. So any contribution you can make to that is greatly appreciated by both us and Paul Lay, who runs the servers for WNF BBTAG Parsec brackets. Of course, also, thanks very much to Kiten Books for having their works in the Matrino marketplace and supporting us with those. Providing a portion of purchases made of their works to the bracket pot. And last but certainly not least, big thank you to Level Up Productions for having Wednesday Night Fights Online Edition be a way for us to experience locals when in-person locals are becoming things, as evidenced by E2 Deku and joining tonight. But here at WNF, we're still getting confirmation and still waiting to make sure things are 100% good to go and as safe as possible in order to be offline. So until then, we do have this to provide to you all, and many thanks to Level Up Productions for that. With all that being said, this has been Master Chief, TOing and running the bracket for you all tonight, and I will take it over to E30 for closing remarks.
Alright. Thanks again to Chief for TOing, Longley and Atkins for commentating. It's always a pleasure and to work with you week in and week out. Reminders. Next week. Hat trick. I think this week was Type Lumina and Strive, so this next week will be Type Lumina and BBTAG, so if you're able to, please show some love and support to DonCon. Their tournaments run every Tuesday, and BBTAG is just around the corner. Just another reminder, next week is Parsec for WNF BBTAG, so hope to see you all there. I would like to take this opportunity to let you all know if you have any BBTAG events that are happening within the general scope, please shoot a banner over my way, and I'd love to put it on this stream for the slideshow that you see every week. Or I hope that even though everyone's enjoying Type Lumina and other games, I hope that BBTAG will continue to stay strong, and I would like to see other BBTAG events get more exposure. So please shoot me a DM on Discord or Twitter at red_E30. Just let me know. Give me a banner, and I'd be more than happy to put it on the slideshow. But anyway, thanks again everyone for tuning in. Thanks again to BBTAG Argentina for the raid, as always. It's always a pleasure seeing you all every week. But for now, all good things must come to an end. So stay safe, stay beautiful, drink your water, tell your friends and family you love them, but most importantly, shout out to Bird King.
Shout out to Bird King.
Have a good night, y'all. Peace.